Hi everybody, welcome back to class. My name is RAMONI. Today we are doing yoga sculpt. I'm going to be using 2 small weights. If you don't have weights, you can always use 2 cans, 2 water bottles, or just no weights at all. We are starting in child's pose. You can either have the knees close together or far apart, and you are just going to start taking some deep breaths here. Slowly begin to make your way into a tabletop position on the hands and knees as you drop your belly low, coming into your cow pose. So drop the belly low, look up, shine the chest forward. Exhale, cat pose, round your spine. Really draw your chin in towards your chest. Press the mat away from you. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly low, looking up, really arching the back. Exhale, cat pose, you round the back. Let's repeat that a couple more times. And we come back to our neutral tabletop as we curl the toes under, lifting the knees about 2 inches off of the mat, coming into a hovering tabletop. So your back is flat, you're pressing the mat away, looking down, engaging the core, breathing here for one more moment, and downward facing dog. Shake the legs out a little bit. Take a big inhale as you rise up on the tippy toes. Exhale, melt the heels down. Inhale, we come back up on the toes, lifting the heels. Exhale, melt the heels down. Let's do that 2 more times at your own pace. And we come back to our neutral downward facing dog as we take little baby steps up towards the top of the mat, coming into our ragdoll pose, opening the legs the width of the mat, placing a micro bend in your knees, allowing the upper body to hang forward, grabbing opposite elbows and swaying gently from side to side. Release your arms. Let's close the legs, coming into our forward fold. Take a big inhale for halfway lift. The back is flat. You're looking down. The core is engaged. Exhale, forward fold. You can always add a slight bend in the knees here in that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. And let's begin to roll up very slowly. Your head is the last thing to arrive. And when it does, you bring the hands to heart center and you take a deep breath. Take a big inhale for mountain pose as you sweep the arms up overhead. And let's go into some high knees. So we're just going to alternate raising each knee up. Now, I want you to engage the core. So that means you're squeezing the stomach. You're pulling the navel in towards the spine. Let's just do 2 more and 1. Take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant the palms, step your feet back. We are going into some shoulder taps here. Again, I want you to make sure you're engaging the core. You can always lower down onto the knees here if that feels a little bit more comfortable for you. And I always want you to make sure you are breathing here. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths. Take an inhale as you rise up on the tippy toes and then walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. You take a deep breath. Inhale, mountain pose, raise the arms, and we immediately go into our high knees, lifting each knee up, engaging the core. Just 2 more. Last one. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, high plank, going into those shoulder taps. Just 2 more. Last one. In downward facing dog, take a deep breath. Inhale, rise up on the toes. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. And now you can grab those light sets of hand weights. Take an inhale for halfway lift, bringing the weights towards the shins. Back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. You bring the weights towards your shoulders first and then press up. Exhale, hands come to heart center and you take a deep breath. Inhale, mountain pose, bring the weights towards your shoulders and then press up, coming into those high knees. Last 2 and last 1. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. You can drop your weights. We are going into our shoulder taps again. Last one, and downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. We rise up on the tippy toes, stepping to the top of our mat. Grab those hand weights. Halfway lift and forward fold. Mountain pose, bringing the weights through the shoulders all the way up. And hands come to heart center and you take your deep breath. Inhale, mountain pose, coming into those high knees. Last round of these high knees. Make sure the core is engaged. You are focused right in front of you and you are breathing in and out through the nose for a few more seconds. Take an inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. We are going into those shoulder taps. Again, this is our last round. Really challenge yourself here. Two more and last one. Back to down dog. Take a deep breath. Inhale, come up on the toes and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips deep like you're sitting in a chair. Sweep the arms up overhead. If you look down and you can't see your toes, sit your hips back a little bit more. Take one more inhale. Exhale, flying chair. Send the arms behind you. Breathing here. The arms are straight. Inhale, back to chair pose and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Going through your upward facing dog and your downward facing dog. And you take a deep breath as you lift that right leg high for three-legged dog. I always keep the foot flexed here just to engage the leg muscles. And we step that right foot in between the palms for our low lunge. Remember that front knee is stacked on top of the front ankle. Inhale, high crescent lunge. You sweep the arms up overhead just like we did in our mountain pose. And then we open up for our warrior two, taking an inhale, reaching forward, and exhale, extended side angle. Make your way into a reverse warrior position. So really reaching that right arm up and back. And we exhale for our chaturanga, going through our upward facing dog, meeting back in our downward facing dog and taking a few deep breaths. Take an inhale as you lift the left leg high this time. I really want you to prioritize straightening the leg over the height. And we make our way into our low lunge. You can always lower down onto the back knee if that feels a little bit better. Take an inhale for your high crescent lunge, lifting the arms up overhead, focusing right in front of you and breathing. And we open up for our warrior two here. And making our way into our extended side angle. And now you come into that reverse warrior, just lifting that left arm up and back. And you chaturanga, making your way into that upward facing dog and downward facing dog. All right, now let's do that with our weights. So we step to the top of our mat, grabbing our hand weights. For halfway lift, lengthen the spine and forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bringing the weights to the shoulders, and then you press up. And flying chair, bring the weights to the shoulders, press back. Chair pose, bring it to the shoulders, back up, and forward fold, shoulders and down. Take an inhale for halfway lift, drop your weights, go through your chaturanga. I know I'm being very tedious about the shoulders press up, shoulders press back, but since we are using weights, you want to be very careful that you do not injure yourself. Inhale, right leg lifts high, and then we step that foot in between the palms for low lunge, grabbing our weights. For our high crescent lunge, bring the weights to the shoulders and then press up. Warrior two, hands come to the chest and we open. There's always going to be a slight bend for the warrior two, so we're not going to have the arms straight out. And reverse warrior, bring that weight to the shoulder and press it up. And now we pull, pivot, and turn, and then you drop the weights going into your chaturanga. I know it's a lot, but bear with me. Inhale, left leg lifts high, and we step that foot through for low lunge, grabbing our light set of hand weights, coming into the high crescent lunge. And we open up for our warrior two. Make sure you bend those elbows. And reverse warrior, press straight up. And chaturanga, pull, pivot, drop the weights, go into your up dog and your down dog. All right, one more round. Step the feet towards the top of the mat. Grab your weights. Inhale, halfway lift and forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, flying chair. And let's repeat that. So go back into that chair pose and that flying chair. We're only doing this 2 more times at your own pace. And now let's hold in our flying chair. Let's pulse the arms up, keeping the arms straight here. 8, 7, 6, 5, almost done. 4, 3, 2, back to your chair pose and forward fold. Make your way into your halfway lift, and then you go into your chaturanga. We meet back in down dog. Take a deep breath as you lift that right leg high and step that foot through low lunge, grabbing your weights. Inhale, high crescent lunge. We're actually going to bring the hands to heart center, and we are going into reverse lunges by stepping that left foot in, and then you step that foot down, not down, you step the foot back, you lower the knee down towards the mat. All right, just one more. Make your way back into that high crescent lunge. And we open up for our warrior two. Reverse warrior and chaturanga. Inhale, left leg lifts high. And we step that foot through, low lunge, grab those weights, make your way into that high crescent lunge. Do not get comfortable because you know we have our reverse lunges on this side. Step that right foot in and then bring that knee all the way down towards the mat if possible. All right, just one more. And we make our way back into that high crescent lunge. Let's open up for warrior 2 and make our way into that reverse warrior and chaturanga. All right, let's step the feet towards the top of the mat, opening the legs for malasana or yogi squat. Option to bring the hands to heart center, allowing the elbows to press the knees out as you breathe here. And let's have a seat on our glutes because we are making our way into our core exercises, starting with our Russian twist, grabbing both of our weights, bringing them to heart center, leaning back a bit and twisting from side to side. Just for 3 more seconds, and 2, and 1 more second, and relax. Make your way onto your back for some bicycle crunches, bringing the knees to a reverse tabletop position. Hands come behind the head, and you are just bringing each elbow to the opposite knee as you twist the torso. Final stretch here. Don't give up. Last 2 seconds. Last 1 and relax. Hug the knees into the chest. Take some deep breaths and breathe here. As you begin to extend the legs up towards the ceiling, grabbing behind the legs, just pulling on the legs so that you can feel a hamstring stretch or a low back stretch here. And let's open up for happy baby, opening the legs as wide as you feel comfortable, reaching for the feet or the legs and taking any movement that feels good to you. Let's hug the knees into the chest one more time. And we are going to make our way into our final pose, which is going to be a butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together and taking some deep breaths here as you just relax. Begin to close the legs together, and you can slowly make your way into a comfortable seated position. And we bring the hands to heart center, and we're going to end our class off with a deep breath. So we are going to take a big inhale in through the nose and an open mouth exhale. Thank you so much for joining me on your yoga mat today. If you want more YouTube classes, I've linked the classes down below in the description box. Everything that you need is going to be on the screen or in the description box. I can't wait to see you again at our next class, and I hope you have a wonderful day.